Hello and welcome, Inspired Podcast community. This is your new episode. My name is Caroline, and my today's guest is Lynn Whitbeck. And I'm so happy she said yes to our interview today. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic, and I'm so happy to be here with you, Caroline.
Oh, thank you. And I would love to introduce you to the audience, of course. So, you are known as the Queen of Sales. You are the founder and CEO of Petite to Queen. You help business owners and entrepreneurs connect, capture, and close their ideal clients. You also host Claim Your Career Crown and the Get More Clients show streaming on Amazon Fire, Roku, and Apple TV. In your free time, you enjoy visiting national parks, cooking, and playing Pokemon Go. And I hope I pronounce it all correctly so that you can understand. You know, it's the German way. Welcome to the Inspired Podcast again, Lynn Whitbeck.
Well, thank you. I'm so thrilled to be here. In fact, I was in Germany in January.
That's great. We can talk about that later. But first, I want to know everything about you. My first question is, what key strategies do you use to help business owners close more deals and connect with ideal clients?
Well, the first thing is really having a client focused foundation. That's critical to your entire sales strategy. At the end of the day, it's not about you, it's about them. Your clients make the decision to move forward and work with you. So really understanding what's going on with them. What do they want, need, or lack? Why does it matter to them? What keeps them up at night? What problem will this solve? What solution does it offer? How is it going to help their life or their family, their business? What's in it for them so they can, what's the goal? What is the solution? What is the dream they are seeking? And when you really get into your thought process of your client and tap into the emotions and motivations, now you have the starting point, the place where you then reverse engineer what you do, your special magic into your client conversations, into the messaging, into what you put in front of them, because everything needs to answer their why so that you can attract, connect, and convert, ultimately closing more sales.
Wow, I love that answer. There was everything in it I have to learn, of course. Thank you so much. So it all starts with why. We know this famous book, Simon Sinek. It is pronounced his name. And yeah, he talks about why. And you solve, or you solve a problem for your clients, but you have to know what is the problem. And I love how you pointed out what keeps them up or awake at night, of course. So you dive deep into the life of your client, your ideal client, and then you know exactly how they feel, what they want to achieve, and maybe what they want to avoid in life, right?
Yeah. So for my clients, I help them dive into their client thinking,
Mhm.
really helping them get a very solid foundation of what that is so that we can build their sales strategy from that basis. And then we're reverse engineering what they do, that really incredible magic elixir that they bring to their clients so that we can put the whole communication together in our sales outreach with the materials that we're delivering, where we show up, because it's where their ideal clients are hanging out, and then creating a consistent, repeatable, and scalable sales strategy process.
Wow, that is important, repeatable and consistent, and of course, and you choose, I suppose, the ideal platforms as well. You talked about places to show up, right? It can be in person, but also in the online world.
Absolutely. There's so many different ways that you can provide that access to yourself, to your clients. And it's really thinking about the strategic, what's going to make the most sense for you and for them to bring you together, to make those connections, and then creating a process and a framework that you can repeat, and that it becomes an engine delivering you your ideal client leads, to have conversations, to close more sales, to help more people and create more impact.
Wow, I understand you talk about automated sales, of course, and then also about a win-win situation. It's not someone has to sacrifice their nights, for example, when the client is up and to find them somewhere. No, it has to be comfortable for everyone.
It is. It is about a win-win because that's where the magic really happens. Um, and if you try to force yourself into doing a certain activity that you don't like, it's just not going to work. So there has to be that. It's almost like a special recipe, and you have all the ingredients, and sometimes it's how you put them in order, and then you get this beautiful dish. So it's the same thing with your sales framework. And when you come at it with your authentic self and who you are, and that special power that you bring, then your clients also are attracted to that, right? Because that's your ideal client is attracted to who you are and how you're going to help and serve them, how you're going to create lasting impact for themselves, for their business, their team, their community.
Wow, I love that. Okay, my next question. How do you see sales evolving in the digital age, especially with streaming shows like Claim Your Career Crown?
At the end of the day, sales is still a human to human. It's a human who makes the decision to purchase. Whether you're at an Apple store buying an iPhone or you're buying a multi-million dollar program for your hospital, it is a human being who's making the decision to purchase. And it's a human being who's there as your trusted partner to guide you through the process, the experience, to know that this is the right decision for you and your organization. Sometimes it's just for you because you're a solopreneur and it's the right decision for you. And of course, then, your extended family, your family and friends, that this is going to lift you up and provide what you need to have that better, more fulfilling life, to fill your dreams. So that is what, at the end of the day, sales is never going to change. The human equation is critical to that process.
I understand. I think for the first time, I understood the relation between change, sales, and the third thing was making a decision, of course. And I know this like when there are objections, right? When in the sales process, and I translate it always like the client says, help me to make a decision.
An objection is just, it is a request for more information. So an objection means that you haven't demonstrated the value of your product or service to your client, your prospect's satisfaction, and they need to have more information. And when you approach that from that perspective, just as you said, this opens up the opportunity to answer their questions and to learn more about them. Wear your detective hat, understand where that question is coming from. What's an underlying factor for them? It could be a concern, it could be an emotion that's blocking them, it could be a motivation that hasn't been uh, revealed. It could be that there is a tangible objection, and that sometimes people, like in a B2B situation, they need to complete an implementation that they're in the process of before they can start the new program. All right, so there is an actual roadblock, but that getting that information means that you can now structure your follow-up and the guidance to move the sale forward with that information. And in a human to human relationship, timing is everything. Sometimes timing is just not right. Someone could be ready and they're ready to go, yes, and there could be a death in the family. They could have their own medical situation. They could be in a car accident. And that yes becomes a no for now. And that's what's important to remember. It's a no for now. And you need to maintain the connection and providing value driven follow up that matters to your prospect to move that no for now into a yes.
Wow, I love that answer so much. Thank you. Because yeah, it explains a lot. So objections are a request for more information. You can also say, I, as a salesperson, I didn't explain it enough, right? And then you talked about the timing. That is everything. Then provide more value, of course. And I would also say there are salespersons that take it personally when someone says no. This is what you were talking about, the ego, and then and then you said no for now, and I love that because it opens up. You are not like I don't know the word, like the client insulted you by not buying now, and then you shut down or you say, I will never follow up again, also, and then you give up. This is the exact opposite from what you are suggesting here, of course. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
You definitely need to take your own ego out of the equation. This is not about you. Of course, it is to some extent, but it's about your client. I mean, the prospect and their decision to move forward. And so when you take that portion of yourself, that idea that this is a rejection, it's horrible, out of the equation, it allows you to really show up as your best self and to be the detective, to better understand what's going on. And sometimes you can identify that this individual is actually not your ideal client, they're not a good fit. And that means it's a no for you as well. Because that is one of the things you have to remember. It's a win win, it's a two-way street. They have to be the ideal client that you can truly create this lasting impact, just as you need to be the right solution for them at this time.
Wow, I love that. Okay, it's a totally different approach. Thank you for explaining it to us. And what personal experiences have shaped your approach to sales and leadership?
Well, I started selling when I was a Girl Scout and I was selling cookies door to door, except after one day, I figured out I am never going to earn the coveted cookie badge if I go door to door with my best friend and our little wagon filled with cookies. So I talked to my parents that night, and the next day I'm at the grocery store with a table. My friend Judy sits at the table. I bring them to the table. She gave people their cookies and took their money. And it was joyful. I loved being in the Girl Scouts. I loved the organization. I happened to love the cookies. And I was giving the people who came to us a gift. We're giving them these wonderful cookies. They're supporting a tremendous organization. Sales is a gift. It's the gift that you give your product or solution, your service to your clients so they can achieve whatever it is that they aspire to, whatever that goal, the initiative, the dream is. And it's joyous when you bring all these things together because you're able to help and serve someone. And you're actually creating this ripple that turns into a wave. That's so important and how we're showing up in the world. So, all the way through my career, from starting at the Girl Scout, going into corporate sales, and now running my own sales consulting business, it's it's just I love helping people. It's part of my core DNA, and sales is the vehicle to do that.
Wow, absolutely. And I love how you pointed it out that your products and services are the missing piece to what the client helps to reach their goal, right? And the cookie story, of course. You love cookies, me too. And then you had this deep emotional impact, let's say, at a young age. You were in love with cookies, and maybe you combined it in your thinking with, oh, this is what selling is, this is how what selling tastes, right? And therefore you fell in love, and now you are the queen of sales. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, my next question about your coaches and mentors. Do you have coaches and mentors for yourself? And who was the best coach you ever had?
You always have coaches and mentors. Anyone who doesn't, you need to get them because they help you see the areas that you can't see. They literally help you see your blind side. They challenge your thinking. They help you expand your mindset and to grow both personally and professionally. So I was really lucky that my dad was in professional sales and he was a really good salesperson and then became a business owner. And so I had a built-in mentor. I mean, I was so lucky. Um, I had my boss at corporate where I reported directly to the president. Keith was the best boss I've ever had. So he was so great. And he really nurtured all of his people and encouraged us to be more, to think outside the box, to be very entrepreneurial in a big corporation. He was truly amazing. And in my current incarnation, my partner Jane was originally a coach. She became my mentor. Now she's a partner, and she's been amazing. It's her no nonsense style, how she shows up in the world, and it's it's once again, it has pushed me further than I ever thought I would go.
What a great answer. Thank you so much. And I would love to know about your goals and intentions. Do you set goals? And what is one of your next projects?
Well, right now, the project that we're working on is I'm starting a new group program called Get More Clients. It's a rolling 6-month program for people to walk through and create their sales strategy framework, the blueprint that's going to guide them to getting more business. And what's great about it is pretty much from the time you start, you're going to be able to, you're applying this in your business and you're going to see that boost to your ability to close more sales from the very start. So I'm excited about that program. I've done it multiple times, either on an annual basis or as strict, like a 13-week sessions. But this time I've sort of reconfigured it based on the feedback from the people who've successfully gone through it in the past. And it's going to be based on a 6-month rolling program so that people can join in at any time. And I'm excited about that because sales is the lifeblood of any business. And you can either hate it or you can embrace sales as a gift and how joyful it is that you're able to help and serve other people and create that lasting impact. And so that's my challenge to the audience is that, you know, sales, love it or hate it, you can't stay in business without it.
Yes, you cannot avoid it. I would add, and please reach out to Lynn. She's amazing. Where can we find you?
You can find me on my website at petite and the digit 2 queen.com. Of course, you can watch my TV show, Get More Clients. But on our website, we have a plethora of resources for you. I have my Get More Clients checklist that's going to start you right off to see how you stack up with having a sales blueprint. That's going to be that repeatable, consistent process. And just, I'm a click away.
Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, I think, yeah, this is our interview. And now, of course, well, this was our interview, my last question. And now it's time for your final thoughts to the audience, please.
Oh, okay, Caroline, thank you.
Yeah.
I would say that for everyone who's listening today, you have the power to choose a new path today. So wherever you are in your life, it's that decision that you make that today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to try something new. I'm going to make a change. So sometimes it looks like it can be hard to make a change, but that's the power to choose. You always have that. And I look at every day as a new second chance. So seize that opportunity today as your new second chance and stretch outside of your own comfort zone and get the experience, the training, and the support that you need to grow your business.
Wow, it's so important. Thank you so much. This was the best message. I have to re-listen to this episode again. Of course, there were so many nuggets, and it was my honor and pleasure to welcome the Queen of Sales today, Lynn Whitbeck. She's amazing, and I'm so blessed.
Caroline, thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure and an honor to be here as your guest.
Thank you so much, and see you in the next episode.